Turbo is back on the air and we have a turbocharged main event, a Tornado Tag Team match. The team of FTR takes on the APA. Plus, in Women's Division action, the boss Sasha Banks takes on the New Zealand native Dakota Kai. But we're going to kick things off with this match between the Cowboy and the Lucha Libre star. Here comes Hangman Adam Page. And I'm telling you what, it's quite a mixed reaction from this audience. You know that many people feel that Hangman Adam Page could be a dark horse in the upcoming NLW Royal Rumble match. He actually debuted at our last Royal Rumble match and had quite a impressive showing in that one. So now officially being in the company for 1 calendar year under the tutelage of Ric Flair, Hangman Page here tonight goes one-on-one with El Hijo del Fantasma. And you know, he's competed in various promotions across Mexico. He's got an opportunity here on NLW Turbo to make a good impression as Hangman Adam Page drops him and delivers a shooting star press. And you know, you see the wisdom that Ric Flair is imparting. There's a chop, but a chop back from Hangman. Misses the clothesline and an insecurity from El Hijo. And Fantasma floated back in onto Hangman Page. And you know, you get to see a lot of unsigned talent here on NLW Turbo, but you also get to see a lot of underutilized stars. And just ask Ric Flair, I know he was talking my ear off before we went on air about how Hangman Page was going to win the Royal Rumble, and it's difficult to argue with him. After all, I think this upcoming Royal Rumble is one of the most unpredictable yet. And we'll talk about it more later on in the broadcast. But right now, he pulls the arrow, and El Hijo del Fantasma with a tope suicida. The headbutt connects to Hangman Page and wipes him out. And now look on the apron, there's Ric Flair, Hangman's manager, trying to cause a distraction, and now Hangman with a clothesline. And now looking for the buckshot, comes back in, but Fantasma with a pop-up powerbomb, with a kick out from Hangman. The Cowboy gets out of it, and we almost saw an upset right there. But Hangman is in trouble. Fantasma on the top, frog splash misses. And now Hangman going to look for that Deadeye. The Deadeye maybe, no. Power bomb, lands on his feet, and there's an uppercut, and right into the super kick. And Hangman rolls to the apron, he's in trouble. Fantasma going for another tope, but Hangman springs in, and my God, what a box shot. Nearly took his mask off with that one as Hangman picks up the win. Hangman Page with the victory. Ric Flair very happy with what he saw right there. And a great win for Hangman Page heading into the historic Royal Rumble. We'll take a look at the replay here. Considering it was his first match in NLW, Fantasma pulled out all the stops in this one. But ultimately, I think it was this frog splash which cost him. One too many risks from the luchador. He did super kick. However, Hangman came back in, and look at that, leveling Fantasma. Nearly took his head off. And I'm telling you what, this isn't a pun on him being a cowboy, but he certainly is looking like a dark horse to win that Royal Rumble. Hangman Page with an impressive victory here tonight in our opening contest. Big win for Hangman before the Rumble, and as you know, the Royal Rumble starts September 4th on YouTube, but you can watch the whole thing right now at patreon.com/No Limits Wrestling for just $3. The link is in the description, and there's a lot going on with the Royal Rumble. Everyone claims they're going to win it, from Stone Cold Steve Austin to Finn Balor and many more. We also found out on Metal that Kurt Angle has challenged The Fiend Bray Wyatt to a match at the Royal Rumble. A lot of psychological torment there from Wyatt to Angle and vice versa. What will happen during that match? We also know it will be Kenny Omega challenging the new NLW champion Jeff Hardy for the championship at the Royal Rumble. Kenny Omega earned this opportunity by beating The Undertaker this past week on NLW Live, but it wasn't without controversy. Matt Hardy, whose contract is now in the possession of Jeff Hardy, was instructed to interfere on The Undertaker's behalf, but accidentally struck The Undertaker with a chair, leading to Omega picking up the win and becoming the number one contender. This led to the Ministry of Darkness assaulting both Omega and Matt Hardy. What followed was one of the most shocking things I have ever seen in NLW. Bayley was on stage. She had not been seen since the Ministry laid her out, and she has seemingly brought back the Big Red Machine, Kane. Kane has been held captive by the Ministry of Darkness for the past few months. The Undertaker had hoped he could brainwash Kane to do his evil bidding. However, Kane, with the help of Bayley, has broken free and waged war on the Ministry of Darkness. And that wasn't the only big return in NLW this week. The Death Triangle and Los Ingobernables were brawling throughout the arena when the NLW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, returned 2 months after the Death Triangle put them through tables. Well, the tables turned as the Bucks drove Pac through a table, and I can exclusively reveal that in a brand new announced match at the Royal Rumble, faction warfare comes to a head. Who will be the dominant team? It's going to be a triple threat tag team elimination tables match for the NLW Tag Team Championships. That's a tongue twister, folks. The Young Bucks defend against the Lucha Brothers and the team of Garza and Andrade from LIJ. It's going to be an exciting one at the Rumble. Make sure you tune in. And now we're ready for some turbocharged Women's Division action. Introducing first, she is the boss, Sasha Banks, the former NLW Women's Champion, set to go against Dakota Kai. But speaking of the women's title, I want to take you back to what happened this past week on NLW. See, first of all, it was at True Grit where Becky Lynch pulled off a massive upset and took the women's title from Ronda Rousey. However, Paul Ellering revealed that he had been paid off by Ronda Rousey to take out Becky Lynch. And that's exactly what the Kabuki Triad did. Asuka, Kairi Sane and Io Shirai taking out the women's champion, and we found out on Metal that Becky Lynch has had to relinquish the women's title. But as Ronda Rousey was making that announcement, Ember Moon made a shocking return, jumping off the top to hit an eclipse on Ronda Rousey. And we've not seen Ember Moon since she broke her arm at the hands of Ronda back in January. And now we show you that footage because obviously, with Becky Lynch having to relinquish the title because of the assault by the Kabuki Triad, that means that the women's title is now vacant. And you know that Sasha Banks would love to become the women's champion now that there's a vacancy. Then again, Dakota Kai could very well lay claim to becoming women's champion with a win here tonight. And a penalty kick from the Auckland native, and there's a stomp right in the stomach. And now Dakota going for a submission here on the arm of Sasha. Can she hook it in? No! Sasha Banks looking for the bank statement, but Dakota Kai gets into the ropes. And you know that Ronda Rousey's going to be watching this one, as Sasha delivers the Meteora. I know that Ronda Rousey feels she deserves that women's championship back around her waist because of the injury to Becky Lynch, but again, we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. Sasha went for the frog splash, but Dakota got a scorpion kick. And now Team Kick in full display here. Kick in the corner. The Kiwi kick. And now Dakota Kai going to run off the ropes. Another backstabber right to the spine of Sasha Banks. And Dakota looking for the go-to kick. Oh no! Backstabber and the bank statement. And Dakota Kai has no choice but to tap out. Sasha Banks picks up a huge win. Well, the women's division all of them eager to impress. And I'm telling you what, Sasha Banks, I should say, made a very good case for becoming women's champion again with this win. Dakota Kai used her experience in those Muay Thai-like kicks, including that scorpion kick, catching Sasha. Then Sasha, as the veteran between the two, knew to turn around the go-to kick and, well, had the wherewithal to lock in the Banks statement. So the women's title may be vacated, but are we looking at a woman who could very well next be the women's champion? So there's Sasha Banks with a victory, gives her some momentum in the women's division, but obviously her job could be at stake being a member of the Metal roster. Now, folks, it's a difficult subject to talk about here because obviously a lot of jobs are on the line, and I'm talking, of course, about the cancellation of Metal. It's been rumoured that the Executive Vice President of No Limits Wrestling, Triple H, has been thinking about cancelling Metal for budgetary reasons for months, but it was finally confirmed this past week on Metal in shocking fashion. Triple H was already in a bad mood after being decked in the jaw by Stone Cold Steve Austin on NLW, and when he came to Metal, he was furious. He came face to face with the Metal Commissioner. The Commissioner then launched a tirade on Triple H, lambasting his decision to cancel Metal. Triple H said that he did not care about the Metal brand or its fans. All he cares about is making profits. And that's when he asked the Commissioner if he had any last words. And well, the Commissioner spat in Triple H's face. And that's when Triple H unleashed his own personal security, Kevin Owens, who we've not seen since the Triple Cage, mind you, attacking the Commissioner and laying him out as Metal went off the air for perhaps the final time. Why is Kevin Owens helping Triple H? What will Triple H say on NLW this week? Tune in Saturday to find out what the future of Metal will be. One thing is for sure, the landscape of NLW heading into the Royal Rumble has been turned upside down. And folks, it's now time for our turbocharged main event. For the first time ever on Turbo, it is a Tornado Tag Team match. There are no tags, there are no disqualifications. This is the brawl that the APA wanted from the start. And this is a rivalry that stemmed back months. It all started when FTR sprayed beer in the faces of the APA and then left them laying backstage, but the APA returned to cost FTR a shot at the NLW Tag Team Champions. However, it didn't start from there. FTR made the challenge to the APA. They brawled last time on Turbo, and then this past week on NLW, I should say a couple weeks ago on NLW, FTR challenged the APA to a beer drinking contest, and guess what? FTR weren't actually drinking beer at all. The APA were legless to say the least. FTR took their money, and now they're looking to take their pride. FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood looking to embarrass the APA again. I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. From behind, here comes FTR. And FTR unleashing a barrage of attacks on the APA. Remember, Tornado Tag rules. No tags in this one. Everyone's legal at all times. First pin or submission in the ring to win. And there are no disqualifications or countouts, as you see right there. Dax Harwood gets catapulted into the staging area. And now Bradshaw with a ring bell off the skull. FTR, they very nearly won the NLW Tag Team titles a couple months ago. And if it wasn't for the APA, they may have cheated their way to victory on that occasion. And now, oh my god, look at this. Oh no, right here on the announce table, the pile driver. Pile driver on the announce table to Bradshaw. Cash Wheeler spiking him. And now FTR. Tornado rules, remember, no tags. They're going to isolate Farouk in the ring. Isolated Farouk and the double team from FTR. An old school throwback. Another heart attack. This could be it. But Farouk kicks out. Farouk will not go down without a fight. But he may go down after this one. A slam to Farouk. And Cash Wheeler with the splash. But Farouk kicks out. For all intents and purposes, it should be over. But Farouk showing fighting spirit here. Oh my God, no. Looking for the spike pile driver here. But Bradshaw back to his feet and stopping him from hitting his partner. And now Bradshaw on fire. Look at this. Fall away slam to Dax. Bradshaw single-handedly wiping out FTR. And now the APA destroying Dax. And oh, look out. Steel chair shots to the APA. Reminiscent of what they did back on episode 90, taking out the APA and stealing their office. And now going to set him up for the big rig. But now turns it around, clothesline from hell, and a spine buster. And the APA pick up the win. Well, FTR may have outsmarted the APA once, but they could not outsmart them twice. The APA wins this hard-hitting main event here on Turbo. And take a look at this again. That tornado DDT was brutal, as was the pile driver on the announce table. FTR then isolated Farouk, but Bradshaw came to the save. These steel chair shots took them down momentarily. And when FTR went for the big rig, JBL, Bradshaw, whatever you want to call him, hitting the clothesline from hell, and Farouk with that vicious spine buster to win here against FTR. The APA kicking ass. FTR not happy. APA picks up the win here tonight on Turbo.